Hey, brother teacher here. I would like to share some interesting facts about Bruce Lee that some of you may not know. Then again, you might know. But for those of you that may not know some of these interesting facts, let me share those with you right now. It's about 10. Did you not know that Bruce Lee had four siblings other than himself? His siblings' names are Peter, Robert Lee, who's also a professional musician, Phoebe, and Agnes. Those are Bruce Lee's siblings. Phoebe, Agnes, Robert, and Peter. Yes, four siblings. Number two, Bruce Lee was recorded in the Guinness Book of World Records for having the greatest action scene of any action movie in history. Now, this is as accurate as maybe 15 years ago when I first got this information. In the Guinness Book of World Records, Bruce Lee has the greatest fight scene of any action film ever on film or even video. And that's the action scene in Enter the Dragon in the tunnel where he's at the elevator and he's using Wing Chun, Jeet Kune Do, trapping hands, and so forth. Then he uses the bow staff, he uses the eskrima sticks, and ultimately he got down with the nunchakus. That's number two. Number three, Bruce Lee's sister Phoebe and Robert, in an interview, said that there was a secret about Bruce Lee, a fear that he had. He didn't like water. Bruce Lee could not swim. Never learned how to swim. That's number three. Number four, before Bruce Lee ever had come to America, he had already made approximately 20 films as a childhood star. True story. That's number four. Number five, in 1993, Bruce Lee was inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yes, that's number five. Number six, in 2004, at that time, UFC president Dana White uh, accredited Bruce Lee as being the father of mixed martial arts. A quick footnote, Dana and anyone else. Dana White did not have to accredit Bruce Lee as being the father of mixed martial arts. He was already the father of mixed martial arts without saying before that announcement was ever made. And I think we all knew that because early on in his training, by virtue of the fact that he studied so many different systems and incorporated those into his own, calling it later on Jeet Kune Do. Okay. I believe that this is six or seven. In 2005, a bronze statue was erected in Hong Kong's harbor in commemoration of Bruce Lee's 65th anniversary. So there's a bronze statue standing in Hong Kong in commemoration of Bruce Lee's 65th birthday. And this happened in 2005 again. And did you not know that his fans and his followers and his students kept pressing the Chinese government for years to do this, and they ultimately did it in 2005. Now, I might be off a number. This is about 8, I guess. Of the 5 major martial arts films that Bruce Lee did, and of course we know he didn't complete Game of Death. He passed away before he could complete that. But out of those 5, Mr. Fury, Chinese Connection, Into the Dragon, Return of the Dragon, and Game of Death, did you not know that Bruce Lee only spoke in his own voice in one of those? The rest of them were dubbed. Now, there was some part, in all fairness, in Game of Death where his voice was used. But for the most part, from beginning to end, which of those movies did he actually speak that was not actually dubbed? Finish guessing? Enter the Dragon. Okay. Now, I'm just going to say next. Bruce Lee appeared in several TV shows during the 60s and 70s. Here Comes the Bride was one. Marlowe with James Garner. He played a henchman, a thug, a mobster, hitman. He also appeared with James Franciscus in the TV series Longstreet as a martial arts instructor. Okay, next. Almost there. Bruce Lee received criticism for marrying a white woman when he married Linda Lee Cadwell. No, it wasn't Cadwell. Cadwell is what her name is presently after Bruce Lee passed away. So she was Linda Emery at first. So when he married her, he got a whole lot of flack because he was not supposed to marry outside of his race. Did you know that? Okay. And last but not least, here's a pretty big one. Bruce Lee was responsible for breaking down the racial barrier between Asia and America, or the West, through his martial arts notoriety worldwide. Did you not know that there was tension between Asia and America during the 60s? And because of Bruce Lee's newfound popularity and stardom, he helped to bring down that imaginary wall, so to speak, between the West and the East. And then his popularity began to spark interest not only in the martial arts but in Kung Fu all over the world, and people began to open up schools, began to mimic Bruce Lee, and then there were people who were copying him in films, and there was a Bruceploitation period where guys were using his name in the titles of their movies. Bruce Lee Strikes Back from the Grave or Returns from the Grave, and Soul of Bruce Lee, and things like this. And there were some subsequent lawsuits and threats and so forth, but for the most part, he had gained so much notoriety and popularity. Everyone wanted to be like Bruce Lee. So that also ushered in many other Asians coming over to America or to the West teaching Kung Fu and even Taekwondo and various other martial arts. So had it not been for Bruce Lee's popularity during that period, or that time period, martial arts perhaps would not be what it is today worldwide. So he opened the floodgates, so to speak. That was it. I just thought you'd like to know. Is there an interesting piece of information that you have on Bruce Lee that maybe we haven't heard? Please leave it in the comment section below. And also, let me know if you were aware of these little tidbits of information as well in the comment section below. This is Brother Teacher. So long.